Namaskar. So again, I'll try to speak in simple English because I'm not very conversant in Hindi. Baba used to give presidential address in two different platforms. One in two different capacities. One is as president of Anandamar Pracharak Sangh, DMC Pravachan. During 3 days DMC, second day was Baba's presidential talk as a presidential address as the president of Renasa Universal. You will see all the great ideas like Brahma, New Humanism, Microvita, bird psychology, and all different new ideas, newest ideas, Brahma, you see, are given in Renasa Universal Forum. Now, this Microvita was also given, he gave as the president, when it was here at Anandnagar. I was also fortunate by his grace, I was there. We could not understand even 5% of the talk. No sannyasi also, because this is the first time he made this coinage, Microvita, Anu Jibat. Micro means small, Anu. Vita means life, Jibat, Anu Jibat. And there was a different, now there is also my horripilation in body. There was a totally this, what is Baba, that Baba was showing a very, very, wave, with rhythmic voice and very grave voice. When Baba said Microvita move from one planet to another, as if something is taking place, some talk from supernatural agent, nothing was touching our head. Microvitas, they multiply, they die, they take birth and all. So this was completely unknown to us. As days passed by, Baba started explaining the work of Microvita. Not only that, give some demonstrations of the play of negative Microvita. And after the pravachan also to the sannyasis, he said, if there is a proliferation of negative Microvita, an elephant will die in few seconds. And by application of positive Microvita, a tree which does not bear fruit, they will start bearing fruit. Then he went on to, they explained what is Microvita further in details. Sannyasis were taking notes. There are notes, sub-notes, and some question answers also Baba answered, clarified. And then he talked about the, then last phase, the three phases, application of Microvita. Now he selected some people, and some many others are here. And Microvita sadhana as Avadut sadhana, he was Kapalik sadhana, Baba himself was giving. So Microvita sadhana he gave to 100, I think 103 people in the entire world, and he was selecting, handpicking. So they were giving these names, and Baba was approving. This is Ahiti Krupa. When the entire list was prepared, Baba saw the list, then he said, why not Aditya? Karuna Didi came running, because all the 5 heads have to be there before Baba. They cannot leave the headquarters, that was Baba's some protocol. So no worker was, central worker was there. Then Karuna Didi was sent to Bhubaneswar, come. I had neither any, you see, this is called Ahiti Krupa. How he knew my name? Because I am never very close to Baba. So when I reached there, in Baba's himself, I am telling not many things, personal things, but certain outer things. Baba is asking me, my boy, did you know before 5 minutes that you will be called? Understand? No, Baba, I did not know. 45 minutes, I will tell you, then I will tell you this. Then Baba told that, don't this, keep this as a secret, many of things he said, the mantras and which he gave and all that. But outline of the Microvita sadhana, I will tell you what is it, who is Baba and what for he came. I had, even to the extent, loving Baba, he said, when you do this sadhana, you will do on this, you should do alone, and you should do it on the black. Then Baba explained why black mat. Then he knows that I am very indisciplined, disorganized, very indifferent about things. said, tell Dadas know where the black is available, they will help you. Now what is this earth? Now in the 45 minutes, he made me sit and he said, I was sitting, I was there 45 minutes, only Baba and myself. He was saying that, you see, you had read in the book different dhwanis, cosmic sounds. You sit. So he was raging me, and whatever I was hearing, this some of the dhwani and this all these things, the sounds were coming automatically. I don't know what was happening. I was only closing my eyes. I was saying, Baba, I'm hearing this Jilirab, this Nupur, and this all these things. Then there are many things I will not tell, but I am not supposed, because Baba said. Baba gave me mantras, and he said, you know, the humanity will face many diseases in the future which cannot be diagnosed by doctors, just as corona. That corona came much after 30 years after Baba's year. Why? Now the diseases will come, visit this planet because of the unnatural living style of the people. At that point of time, microvita therapy will be the only remedy. Microvita therapy will be the only remedy of those future diseases which cannot be diagnosed by the doctors. Even the best doctors of the world cannot understand the same, you cannot diagnose the disease. And the diseases will be carried by other planets through this negative microvita. Buddha had enlightenment because of the positive microvita. So the microvita carry not only diseases but also ideas and ideals from one planet to another. So microvita therapy is the only remedy for the future diseases. And you know that training center incident which happened, you know, many trainees would have died. Nigvananda was there, and Vitvananda, and how this was, I'm not going to tell you that story. Baba gave the example, because whatever Baba does, Baba gives demonstrations, practical demonstrations, so that it doesn't remain abstract, that he gave. Then I had a question to Baba. Baba, which mantra to apply to which disease? You have given me some. He said, when you see the patient, that mantra will descend. Supposing you are treating a patient, that mantra will descend. Then Baba was taught how to go out of the body, treat the cosmonauts in the space, and come back. Very risky. I'm afraid. I'm not thought of your body will be there. In which nostril to go out and all that. Then he said, when you will apply, not necessarily in sattvic position, or so even if when you are passing stool, if there is a person is dying, he cannot wait. You can apply the mantra in any condition, whether you are taken bath or you are not taken bath, you are passing stool or whatever. Apply the mantra in particular area, and that. And the cure time is 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, 28 days. If the person will be cured in 28 days, he will be cured. We have experimented with certain patients. Or if the patient is in a borderline, he will have a peaceful exit. Supposing a person is in a coma, and if you give microvita, there was a case in, there was a scientist, his mother was in coma for 3 months. You know, when we applied microvita, after 6 hours she left. She was very thankful, at least she was struggling. I said, either she gets cured or she will have immediate death. It is that powerful. You cannot imagine this. So many things. And now I'm doing the application part of it. I'm telling you. Now, when you apply, what is the science behind the application of microvita? Now, in the cosmos, there is positive microvita and negative microvita. I will tell you what is the theory later on. Now, if there is a excess of negative microvita, and Baba said, a healthy elephant will die in few seconds. Okay. So, the microvita therapy is you take away the negative micro. If there is an excess of negative micro, the person becomes sick. Okay. Supposing this person is sick, abdominal disease, or your heart disease, or your brain some disease. Now, Now, you can give it tropical or a local application. What do? You drain out the process by which you drain out negative microbiota from the body and draw the positive microbiota and direct there. Okay. So, excess of negative microbiota is to be drawn out, that is a process, and positive microbiota through mantra, through the air, it has to be infused in that. And when you apply positive microbiota, your hands become red. So after the therapy, you want have to wash the extreme ends, otherwise they will enter your body. If you do not release it to the cosmos, supposing you are draining out negative microbiota and give it to a tree, that tree will also die. Okay. So one has to be very, very careful. And number three is, before applying microbiota, everybody should not be given. People want to live. Terminally sick patients can be cured. There is a thrombosis case in Detroit. She was going to die in 3 hours. My wife also, they said that in 3 hours she cannot live. In a calling hospital, we call people, Supriti, and they know. They came to see her dead because vomiting, and she became so fat and whole body was swollen. Okay. I said, release her. I did not know anything. By trial and error, I learned. So she was there and she was vomiting. And morning, I was just doing the mantra and standing before her, all were surrounded. And morning, she was 90% all right and lived for 5 years. My father lived 5 years in coma, semi-coma. There was no boil. I am telling you the practical. But it should not be. I will tell you what is that. So what happens is, one has to be, the microbiota therapist has to be very, very careful. First of all, 3 things have to be ensured from the patient. He should be sentient. This treatment is food specific, mind specific, and environment specific. 3 things have to be ensured. Suppose a person is in coma, his environment is tamasic in the hospital. That you can't help. But the person has to be, you have to, supposing we are curing you, you have to promise that whole life you will not take non-vegetarian food, onion, garlic. After cure, if you take, that will enter the body of the person. I will tell you an incident. One 55-year lady, we had a hospital, microbiota hospital, we closed it. We couldn't manage it. So he came, her hand was septicemia, gangrene. The different parts were coming out. She had fever for 6 months. Despite best medicines, the fever was not coming out. Ayurvedic, everything she tried. Then they said there is some treatment, there you go. I said, sister, we will try, we do not know. You will never say that I will cure you, because the ego comes. The greatest obstacle on the microbiota therapy is your ego. Now listen, this is a strange case. Now, it was in Shakti Vihar, we had hospital. So she came, I found that this part is gone. The doctors say, either we chop up your hand or your entire body becomes septicemia and you will die. So came in a very difficult, I said, Didi, one thing you have to promise me, we will try. Because doctors have failed, I don't know anything. I will know something, but I will try, but I cannot assure you. And whatever you do, I will do it. I said, you won't have to take fish, meat, onion, garlic, you're vegetarian. You have to learn, do sadhana. You will be taught sadhana by one Didi. I will do whatever I will do, I am going to die. So we admitted, we had 5 beds, we admitted. It was a regular hospital, we admitted. So in second day, I said, what medicine you are taking? Now I am taking this medicine. You take this medicine. Now microbiota can be applied. This is another thing. Microbiota can be applied on medicine, on your dress, on toothpaste, on your bed, everything can be microbiated. If you microbiate a medicine, the efficacy of the medicine will increase 100 times, 10 times, 100 times. So I applied microbiota on that. So next day fever was complete and she was normal. In 15 days all things dried and she went home. After 10-15 days, then all my body there is herpes. And I could not get up for 1 month. Because if you do not obey, if you are not, because after people are cured, they again go back to the man is by nature. You see, they forget the past and the commitment. So the point is, if you are not careless, then those negative microbiota will enter your body, re-enter your body. If this person, so you have to ensure that they are food specific, mind specific. Now you have to convince them that, you see, you are, one person offered me a few lakhs rupees. His son had an operation, he is an engineer, They said, you cure my patient and I will give you 1 floor I will make. They said 40-50 lakhs. The guy got a we didn't have money. I said, then I cannot cure you. Because this treatment is non-transactional. Baba says, because not I treat, he cures. The working motto is he treats and he cures. How can you make a transaction on his behalf? I said, if you tell me that you will give me money, if you want to give money, give to another organization, not to my organization, because I am associated to organization, and you can't take even a glass of water in their house. Supposing they want to give donation or no gratitude, no, you have to give it like that. So the boy had undergone in AIMS 36 hours operation. Supposing he is breathing, he should be coming out. You can see the heart coming out, lung coming out. Now he is in graduation, absolutely very handsome boy, he is cured. But these things, I am telling it to sadhakas, which we say that we are curing by it, your ego comes. You are excited, you are happy, oh, I could cure it. It will not work. Who says that because what you are doing, you are bringing positive microbiota and infusing into their body. If you stand in between, they will come and they get blocked here. They will not go enter there. You have to have a free passage of positive microcosmos and infuse in the patient. If you have a sense of I am doing it, how difficult it is. When a serious patients are cured, we are happy. If you are happy and excited, it will not work. Mantra will not work. So you have to be a passive instrument, which is possible only by Baba's grace. Always, because we are human beings, when you do something miraculous happens, then you are happy. Supposing somebody has a colic pain in Delhi, severe colic pain. What will happen? If you apply that mantra, just close your, you are driving, just take this mantra and visualization necessary. Suppose you know the person and his house, you photograph, just visualize it, apply it. In 2 minutes, telephone will come, sir, the pain has gone and he is sleeping. And if microbiota is working, the patient will sleep immediately. He cannot control himself. That is a symptom that it is he is receiving. Then, most important thing is, you have to convince Baba in sadhana why you justify why you are caring him. Because he is reaping his prarabdha. A person who is sick, he is reaping his prarabdha. You are artificially taking away the prarabdha. You are taking away his prarabdha. It is unnatural. That is why we instruct the patient that you see you are getting second life, so you have to take this much of pain to work good for others. The sannyasis are taking, sometimes the sannyasis also go without food and so their bad sanskaras are getting exhausted in doing good work. Isn't it? Suppose I want to repay some debt. I can repay it in cash or in kind. I can repay it in one go or in installments. So, the person has to agree that yes, I have got a second life, I am going to die, so I have to work for the humanity and take that much of pain. Because prarabdha cannot be taken by anyone except Param Purush. Remember this thing. There are several instances, sannyasis will say that immediately after DMC, Baba used to fall sick after Baraha Mudra. One day, I will tell you, that was a Dharma Samikhya, where part of it, hundreds of people are coming. In the evening, I was there in then there was the instruction that anyone having skin disease will not touch Baba. Now, in the evening, the private secretary saw some eruptions in Baba's hands. So, Baba, what happened? And it is because of you. Morning, one boy came from South India, he had skin disease. Because we are not supposed to touch Baba's body. If you touch Baba's body, the sanskaras flow and they get transmitted. That is why, despite several instructions, people are, Param Purush, I will touch the body, he touches this like, Baba had, there is if you have time permits, I will tell you, Nigamananda was Baba said he is a Ishwar Koti Guru, Nigamananda. Nigvananda visited one devotee in Bardwan. His nephew told me this. He is Samarjit, he was a sannyasi, his uncle. Nigvananda, when he came to ask Margis also, there is an important man, businessman, he wanted to take initiation. So he went to a devotee's house. Then he said, there is a good person he wants to take. But Nigvananda is avoiding. Then while going, he said, he has not yet listened to my... So this person was standing, he said, he wants to take, you have to give him sadhana. Then he looked at him, his disciple, devotee, then he brought him to a room. Then he said, you hold my hand. So the businessman held his hand. After 2 minutes, he gave him sadhana. While he was going out, putting each other, this person was black. So his disciple said, Swamiji, what happened? Now, why did you tell in his presence to give sadhana? There is no time for it. Still some sanskaras are waiting. Sanskara was so exhausted. And it's a premature sadhana. So I had to observe the sanskaras. My hand has become. So it is only great, they can only observe. We cannot take. So you have to reap your, supposing to microvita therapy, your sanskaras being withdrawn. So you have to exhaust those sanskaras in different ways. How? By doing good work. And you have to suffer for 3 months, take that much of suffering, that much of difficulty, that much of strain, to do that. The quantum of is difficulty is same, na? You have to requite your sanskaras by sickness. Now you are doing it in a good cause. This is one thing. So the most important thing is you have to have a dialogue with Baba in Dhyan lesson. Baba, I want to, this boy is a young boy, he has a great life ahead, he is suffering from the disease, the people are very poor, then somehow he is to be cured. It's a very strange phenomenon. My body temperature is fluctuating. Now, if he is to be cured, Baba's ear becomes completely white. Baba's color changes. So that is if it is red, it is black, then don't give. Somehow you avoid. So it is that very. So now you can understand. Now what is this microvita? Now microvita, in Baba's explanation, microvita are the psychic particles. Psychic means mental particles. Now I'll tell you, I'll explain what is microvita. What Baba has said in that book. I will try to. Otherwise, it's chalk. Now in the morning also we saw. Now this is the cycle, creation cycle. From this it begins. Now this is solid. That pure consciousness becomes cruder and cruder, centrifugal. Away from consciousness becomes cruder and cruder, air, water, and this is solid. From here there is still pressure of tamas, and so it becomes subtler, and evolution starts. You have plants, you have animals, you have human beings. Like this, the process goes and meets here. Now, now what is this? Param Purush is pure consciousness, abhyakta. The consciousness becomes vyakta, functional through his mind. Suppose I am waving your hand, I am waving my hand. Stop it. Again do it. Why? Who is doing it? My mind is doing it. And my sense organs, I will close my eyes, open my eyes. Who is doing it? Mind. My mind says, to explain this, you draw this circle, I am drawing. So my hand is, if my brain is dead, even if my hands are all right, they cannot function. So mind makes the sense organs functional. Mind has two functions. They will monitor the sense organs and know what is happening in me. How do you know that I am unhappy? Mind is also an internal sense organ. They are external. There are 6 organs. We see the world through eyes, through ears, through nose. We see, we hear, we smell, we taste, we touch. These are the 5 gateways through which the world enters into us. If all sense organs are dead, the world is as good as non-existent. Now what about your internal joy and happiness? I am supposing I am irritated, I am feeling tired, I am depressed. You don't know it. Unless I say it, my mind knows it. So mind has twin functions. It's antakarana and is control. This is mind. So as the mind makes the sense organs functional, Who makes the mind functional? Mind functions with brain. Mind and brain are not same. With the death, brain dies, but mind goes beyond, survives the body. But mind makes the brain functional, and brain makes all these things functional. If there is a brain death, you cannot move. But who functions? But mind cannot. Mind functions through the brain, isn't it? Mind functions through the brain. They operate the sense organs. What is it that makes mind functional? Chetana. The consciousness goes, mind is not there. Mind moves, mind goes out of the body, moves, waits for an appropriate body to take birth in a mother's embryo. That wavelength goes. That is a different science. Baba has explained how birth means parallelism between mental wave and physical wave, and death means loss of the wave. That is different discussion. So who makes the mind functional? If the mind makes these sense organs functional, what? It's consciousness. It is unit, Anu Chaitanya. We have all Anu Chaitanya. And these are integral parts of Bhuma Chaitanya, cosmic consciousness. There are, Baba uses Anu Chaitanya, Bhuma Chaitanya. Anu Mana and Bhuma Mana. You see, you should remember this. Unless you know this, then you cannot know the subtleties of science of microvita. I have Anu Chaitanya. The Anu Chaitanya means unit self works through the unit mind, Anu Mana. Isn't it? The Gyanendriyas, the Karmendriyas are controlled by Anu Mana. Similarly, this cosmic consciousness, in order to be functional, functions to the cosmic mind, Bhuma Mana. Now, because of the cosmic mind, all these sanchar comes, air, water, fire, ether, air, fire, water, earth, Pancha Mahabhutas come in. The cosmic mind is in operation. Now, cosmic mind becomes functional through cosmic consciousness. Now, when I'm telling you roughly, when there is a solid structure, it cannot be further crudified. This is the subtlest form of existence. This is the crudest form. It cannot be cruder. So, when there is a pressure of tamas, just as you put a balloon, hard a balloon, then it bursts. So there is Jadaspota. And from here evolution begins, Vivartan begins. And we are here. Now microvita are created in the Pratisanchara. What is the function of microvita? Now this cosmic mind has only one purpose. Now there is a difference between cosmic mind, unit mind. What is the difference? Cosmic mind is unipurpose, one purpose. It will create and again it will withdraw it to its own self. This function of cosmic mind. It will not only create varieties, and in a sanchara, it will also take it on. Now the cosmic mind, when the solid structure created, here the cosmic mind creates microvita, anujibat. The psychic particles, they have three functions. One is they initiate the process of evolution, they expedite, make it further, and what is that? Yes, give direction. Now, how they have, because they are the creation of cosmic consciousness. So it works. How does it work? Now when these detailed science I am not going. The 5 fundamental factors, they in a particular proportion they make a structure, and the structure is the nucleus. To organize them into a unit structure, you need an organizing principle. Understand? It becomes very hard. You just see that suppose a unit structure, 5 fundamental factors, the right proportion, and the energy is converted to vital energy. So the presiding nucleus is microvita. If you change, Baba says, if you change the nature of the microvita, the unit structure, the nature properties will change. Properties will change. That is why he says that by you can supposing in genetic structure you change the microbial component, a boy can be made female. Gender conversion is possible. In Baba's writing books are there. You can convert a gender by changing the genetic, the microbial component in the gene, genetic structure. Okay, that is a different thing. Now you see, this will first of all create a structure, Not only that, what will happen? Now in this, there is mind, because everything has causing mind. In it, there is also consciousness. So everything that is created, example I am giving. Suppose you prepare many sweets through sugar. Everything will taste sweet or not? Because the sugar property is there. So in every sweet, there will be property of sugar. Suppose you take a lump of gold, or you make a salt dal. Supposing you make a salt dal. You put it in water, it will dissolve or not? Why? Because salt dissolves in water. So anything made up of salt will dissolve in water. Sugar is sweet. So a sweet dal will also, if you lick it, it will be sweet, and you put it in water, it will dissolve, because sugar dissolves in water. So everything that comes will have the property of consciousness and mind. So it has also mind dormant in it, consciousness dormant in it. Now what is the function of microbiota? The mind is surrounded by matter. Mind is subtler than matter. It will liberate mind from the clutch of matter. Evolution means mind is getting liberated from the clutch of matter, and consciousness, which is implicit, they becomes explicit. So the whole process of evolution, the dormant mind becomes dominant. Plants have minds now, proved. Animals have minds, but the consciousness is controlled by instincts and sentiments and all. So gradually consciousness will be liberated from here. So as it grows higher, the mind becomes more, expressed, liberated from the fetters of matter, and consciousness, which is dormant, becomes, and here we are human beings. Consciousness is most explicit. Now here, two different forces come, positive microbiota and negative microbiota. Baba has explained, somebody I think said, what is the necessity of negative microbiota? If the purpose of evolution is to go towards Paramapurusha, and negative microbiota distract our mind, distract our sadhana, what is the necessity of a negative microbiota? Many things Baba said. Actually, there has to be, why sannyasis should not live in the forest? Because if they live in the forest, they consume maximum positive microbiota, use positive, negative microbiota more in the society. If negative microbiota is not properly harnessed, then the society will go to degeneration society. So it is the duty of the sadhakas to convert the negative microbiota into positive microbiota, utilize it for social welfare, and use as much positive microbiota as necessary for their spiritual upliftment. So if you use only positive microbiota, and Baba says that in this cosmos, the number of positive and negative microbiota is equal. And negative microbiota can also be helped. For example, if there is a negative microbiota in the Swadhisthana chakra or Muladhara chakra, you have love for the mundane. Now, the positive if you have positive microbiota, you develop indifference for the mundane. So again, the negative propensity to become positive. So there is so through sadhana we can convert negative microbiota to positive microbiota, and he said through three ways you can attract positive microbiota. One is sadhana, satsang, 3S. Sadhana, satsang, shraddha. So through this you can attract positive microbiota. If there is a place where the animals are being butchered or some negative thoughts are going, it will attract negative microbiota. It will attract negative microbiota. That is why when you do kirtan, it attracts the flow of positive microbiota. In the morning we are seeing how in Ghana, because of the positive kirtan, now there was no year for 3 months, no rain for 3 months, and there was a continuous rain for 6 days. So they made nature hospitable. Now, the question is, what is the function of negative microbiota? Now, negative microbiota, you cannot do sadhana. Your mind becomes extroverted. What is the definition of negative microbiota? Negative microbiota are pro-physical, Baba's words. Positive microbiota are pro-psychic and pro-spiritual. Now, there are 4 stages of progress. One is physical, one is physico-psychic, psychic, psycho-spiritual, and spiritual. They are continuous. Physical physico-psychic, psychic, psycho-spiritual, then spiritual. Now, as you go, you are converting physical energy into mental energy into spiritual energy. But what is the function of negative microvita? Why should there be negative microvita? I can explain it by this. This Baba says that if there is a matter, there is antimatter. Matter cannot have its existence if there is no antimatter. Now, I will give you a very familiar example. Supposing there is a bird is flying. What is the badhak for the bird? Air. Air. Yes. Because air is in obstruction. He is doing like this. So air obstructs the speed of the bird. But without air, can the bird fly? Suppose there is no air. The fish swims in water. So water also obstructs the fish to swim. It goes like this. If there is no water, how will it swim? There is a story that all of a sudden a eagle thinks that, oh God, I have come so far. No birds can fly, go that high. Perhaps if I had, because my wings have also weight, I would have less weight without wings. Then if I had no wings, I could fly still higher. Foolishness. And because of the birds, you have gone. One professor asked me, tell me, don't say that you are an Anand Margi. One professor told me when the university I joined, Baba was informed, Vijayananda is very close to me. He said, Baba, Aditya joined university. Baba said, right boy, in the right place, in the right time, in Calcutta. My friend said, one professor was opposing me, that he will tell the expert that is an Anand Margi, don't appoint him in university. So that professor is close to me. Say, Aditya, don't, they ask them what discipline you follow, don't say that you are Anand Margi. Then I said, you see, I remembered the story. If I do not say that I am Anand Margi, then I will be committing the same mistake like a bird who thinks that if I had no wings, I was still lighter, I would go higher. And because of Anand Margi, I have come here. Let them not give. I am not going to hide it. Why should I hide? I am in the shelter of a great guru, which world is yet to understand. 1,000 years will take to understand. Such a great man came, lived unsung and unnoticed. The world will realize one fine morning. Why should I hide? When I went to see Baba I am telling some, don't mind saying personal things. Ramananda was the PA. 78. When I went first time, first miracle I saw in my life, my girl did not enter Baba's face. Baba took it like this, your matha thik ache, malata thik ache, matha bada hoye gache. So I was not satisfied. Again after 15 days I went. Then Raman said, give your address. I said, I am a lecturer. Others said, hey, intelligence will go to your college. You are a government college? Yes. Then I was thinking that if he is my guru, why should I tell a lie? As soon as I went on good, police came, intelligence came. You went to Mankipur Central Jail, see P.R. Sarkar? Yes. You are Anand Margi? Yes. You are Anand in what sense? In all senses. In conviction and practice, I am an Anand Margi. Understand? So sometimes we take our assets to a liability. I was thinking, why should I give a wrong name? If he is my guru, my Acharya said that he is Parampurus, my guru, then why should I give a wrong address? Doesn't matter what price. Why I am saying this? So, why I am saying this? I gave the example. So, yes, I was saying that negative microbiota is necessary for, I will tell you how. Now, suppose you are doing Ishwar Pranidhan, then you are getting the positive aid from positive microbiota. Suppose you do something bad, negative, so negative microbiota will give you, punish you. Now all this process, I told you, they will initiate evolution, they will expedite evolution, and they will direct the evolution to this direction. This is to go and merge here. So who will ensure it? Cosmic mind through microbiota. So they are the psychic, the microbiota are the emanation of the macro psychic connections. Macro psychic, this is macro psychic connections. Connations and mind. We have unit mind, cosmic mind. Unit mind, as I told you, cosmic mind has one purpose, unipurpose. Unit mind has many purposes. I have a house, I have a degree, I have what not. His unipurpose is our multi-purposes. Cosmic mind is multilateral. It is unilateral. I can think of only one. Multilateral means this through this microvita, the cosmic consciousness, cosmic Parampurusha gets connected with every individual Otojogo, connected with the unit mind. And there is something called collective psyche. Baba has given definition of collective psyche. It also gets itself connected, microvita, through Protojogo. Otojogo and Protojogo are the functional expressions of microvita. So when you are doing something good and noble, ideas and noble, there is a proliferation of positive microvita. It is further, you are further expedited. If you do something bad or wrong against the ideology, against the words of the Guru, the negative microvital operation, what will happen? You will suffer. And when you will suffer, negative micro will make you suffer. That suffering will give you realization, sambit. In Tantra Shastra, it is called sambit. Sambit means sudden awareness. Sudden awareness. This is called sambit. Now, sambit, who will bring sambit? Negative microvita. Oh, I did this, I did sadhana, I did this, I did commit this mistake. All of a sudden, oh, I have left the way. So that realization, sudden, abrupt realization. In Western philosophy, we call it penny drop. Supposing I'm talking, I'm forgetting that I'm talking. I'm holding this, all of a sudden it falls. Oh, I'm here. I'm not conscious now. Now I'm conscious because of the penny. This is called penny drop. This is called penny drop. In Western philosophy, that sudden remembrance, in Tantra it's called sudden, oh, Parampurus, I have all through gone here and there, I have forgotten you, ignored you, and this is sambit. So, negative microvita, if you are going in the wrong way, that is retardation and all that, you are suffering, and the suffering will bring awakening, and again you are forced back to the path. It is just like a cow herd. We will discuss. There is no time for. Ask me to tell about Guru and Guru. No time for this. I'm stop when concluding it. Now, what will happen is, before you whistled, I came to know that I'm taking time. So this negative microbiota will make you suffer. Psychic elements, physical elements, distracted, family shattered, personal life shattered, no sadhana, you sit in sadhana, mind goes, no, you are not able to. So what will happen is a time will come when you will be completely disoriented. This disorientation, extreme disorientation, will again make you remember that somewhere I have left the path. So the positive microbiota take you on the straight path, quicker and quicker. Negative microbiota will punish you. It is just like a cowherd boy. Guru is like a cowherd boy who takes your cows from your home, make them graze, then brings back home. It is his duty. So when we take sadhana, the Parampurush, when you receive Diksha mantra, you hold the hand of Parampurush. When you give Guru Dakshina, Parampurush holds your hand. So we walk hand in hand. Sometimes we release our hand, but he does not leave you. Because the moment you take sadhana, your sankalpa. Parampurush takes the sankalpa. When a Parampurush takes the sankalpa, Prakriti, it becomes the duty of Prakriti to create conditions so that you are going ahead. If you go wrong way, Prakriti will give you slap. This is because Prakriti is at your service. Because the Parampurush wants you has taken sankalpa. So if you do good thing, Prakriti will support you. If you do bad thing, Parampurush will support you in the negative ways. Because he has taken the sankalpa to make you reach there. The mantric seed never goes waste, remember. Suppose you have taken sadhana, you are not doing it for 10 years. It will work in such a manner, you are bound to come and do sadhana. You cannot take sadhana if you want, mind you. People have come and returned from the doorstep. But once that mantric seed is there, it will never go waste. Sooner or later it will sprout. That is the way of sadhana. So, but while taking it, there is another story we will discuss in Baba's story. Parampurush takes 7 tests. Evening we will talk. 7 tests. It happened in case of Tapeshwarananda, who was completely disillusioned after evening we will talk about it. So the best way to attract positive microbiota is to do sadhana properly, is to satsang and swadhyaya. Because in swadhyaya, whatever Param Purush has said, we get connected with that. When you sing Prabhat Sangit is Aptavakya, because every sentence of Prabhat Sangit Baba has himself uttered. Baba has given tune. So in tune, there is Baba's grace. Microvita, positive microvita is nothing but Baba's grace. We call it microvita. The expressions of is, we know it, we do not know its name, but we are benefited by it. So positive microvita is a gracious dispensation of Param Purush, the cosmic consciousness, who works through Sanchara and Pratisanchara, through microvita. It is his duty, cosmic mind works at the direction of consciousness. It is his will that I will become many, again bring it. So cosmic mind operates and controls the unit mind through microvita and takes it onto that. Namaskar.